Hey, welcome into this Essential Oil Masterclass. I'm super stoked you're here. My name is Jocelyn. Today, I'm going to run through a Essential Oils 101 pretty quickly. Okay, so it's going to be a very fast paced. So get your notebook out, get your pen. If you want to pause and grab the PDF that's in the comments here on YouTube, you're welcome to print it off and take your notes that way. This is going to be a very fast paced class. But remember that if you do end up getting your oils through me or whoever invited you to watch this masterclass webinar, they're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you. Okay, so we will sit down when your oils arrive and we'll really go through them and set you up with your own unique routine. Okay, so make sure you really know how to use your oils. Okay, so let's jump in. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, my name's Jocelyn. I am a mom of 3 little kids now. This is where it all began for me. I had been using oils for many years, basically, but mainly for pretty smells, right? So I'm sure most of you here as well have used essential oils in some way, shape, or form. And I'm sure that maybe you were like me and you didn't know that there was a difference, right? I didn't think they could do anything more than just be, pretty smells for perfume or in the diffuser, things like that. Okay, so it wasn't until I had my first child, Macawi, on the left here, my little guy, who's now 6 at the time of this recording, that I was actually introduced to pure essential oils. So maybe like you, I thought the ones that I was buying from the health food store were pure, right? I now know, though, and this is something I'm going to teach you on this class, is that the essential oil industry is completely unregulated and we never really know what are in those little bottles. Okay, so in order to be labeled pure, they need to only have about 2% of actual pure oil in them. The rest can be a carrier oil, synthetic additives, or who knows what else. Okay, so after I got introduced to real essential oils, something shifted. I started learning about how I could actually utilize them in a way to be more proactive with my wellness in my own home, and I began to see them work. Okay, I felt more empowered as a mom, more in control of our emotions and feelings, and it's almost like I could sleep better knowing I had a first defense solution in my home in case we'd need anything. So no more extra stress and worry in the middle of the night. If I ever had to go to the gas station, if someone had a fever, no more of that, right? So that's where my passion began. I'm very excited that you're here and you're taking the time from your busy schedule and busy day to learn with me, and you're open to hearing more about what essential oils can do for you. So I'd love if you would interact with me in the comments here on YouTube. I know it's kind of one-sided conversation, but tell me why you're here or where you're watching from, right? So now I live in Costa Rica with my 3 little kids, my Costa Rican partner. Educating on empowered wellness is what we do for a living. So before we get started, I just wanted to introduce you to a little bit of my story. Now let's really jump in, okay? So this is the notes section that I mentioned that you can find in the comments in the description of this video here on YouTube. You can utilize this and really fill in your own concerns, okay? So write them down. Can't really use the chat as this is pretty one-sided, but write down your top 3 wellness goals. So we're going to go through them. Okay, so I hope that if as we're going through the class today, you will hopefully find an answer to those questions that you have or a solution to your ailments. Okay, if you don't, I would love if you would connect with me directly or whoever invited you to watch this masterclass and let us know. Okay, we would love to offer you at the end of this masterclass, if you're not working with someone else, I'm going to offer you an opportunity to grab a free essential oil from me. Okay, so stay tuned. But again, if someone else invited you here, definitely reach back out to them because they would be more than happy to give you that free essential oil to try as well. All right, so just a little summary of what to expect on this quick masterclass is I'm going to teach you 3 cool things about essential oils. I'm going to teach you 3 ways to use them safely. And then I'm going to share a little bit about safety and debunk a couple essential oil myths. Okay, so to wrap up, I'm going to offer you, like I mentioned, an opportunity to try my oils and connect with me, right? So let's get into it. So 3 cool things. Let me say one more thing. So remember how I mentioned earlier that not all oils are pure, right? So all the education I'm sharing today should only be used with certified pure tested grade oils. Okay, so I'll invite you to do your research on this, and I'll touch more on this topic and explain what it is in a little bit here. Okay, so the first cool thing, pure oils are safe for everybody. Your newborn baby, your pregnant sister, your children, your friend, your grandma, even your pets. So you just have to know how to use them. Most essential oils are steam distilled from various parts of the plant, the leaves, the roots, the flowers, the bark, the needles. Some, however, are cold pressed from the rind of the fruit, like our citrus oils, lemon, orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lime, those sorts of things. Okay, so of course, there's a few specific ones that are to be avoided for certain categories, but the really cool thing about my oils is that they come with education, they come with community and support, and me to teach you how to use them, or whoever invited you to watch this webinar, right? So why are they safe? There is nothing added, nothing taken away. They're 100% extracts derived from plants with a variety of health benefits. They have no side effects and no addictions. Okay, so look in that little picture there on the screen. Those little balls are the essential oils. Okay, when you zoom into a leaf, this is a peppermint leaf. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So the first cool thing is that essential oils are safe. The second cool thing is that essential oils are effective when they are pure. Okay, I'll add in that second section. This is a good one because most of you, some of you probably listening right now know more than I do when it comes to biology, but I'm going to give you a super simple example of how pure oils work with the body's natural functions to support wellness and homeostasis. Okay, so first, imagine this is a cell in your body. I'm holding up my hand and I have my fist. Okay, so this is a cell in your body. We know that cells have oily membranes. The cell membrane protects the cell, keeps all the good things in and all the bad things out. Okay, now two of the things that are harmful for our cells are bacteria and viruses. Bacteria usually forms on the outside of the cell, and viruses duplicate the DNA on the inside of the cell. So all you have to remember is bacteria is on the outside and viruses are on the inside. Okay, so let's say you went to the doctor with a bacterial infection. What would he give you? Probably an antibiotic, right? Right. So after taking the antibiotic for 7 to 10 days, in most cases, it might clear up the infection, but it often comes with things like, hormone imbalances. It could be wrecking your gut flora and immune system and things like that. So, but if you had a virus or a cold or a flu, what would he say if you went to the doctor? Hopefully the doctor is going to say, go home, rest, drink lots of fluids, let it run its course. There's nothing really we can do. Hence what's going on in the world right now at this time of this recording. Okay, so the reason being is because most of the modern recommendations today are water-based and synthetic medications, right? So frequently, as you guys all probably know, they can also come with side effects and possible addictions. Okay, so water and oil don't mix. So if the recommendation from your doctor is water-based, it will have a very hard time penetrating through that oily cell membrane, right? And stopping the duplication of a virus. Pure essential oils, however, are different. They are oil-based, which means they can permeate the cell membrane. They can work on a cellular level without side effects or addictions, and they can combat bacteria on the outside of the cell and prevent the duplication of viruses on the inside. So cool, right? So this is why they're often more effective than the modern approach to health problems. So the second cool thing is that pure essential oils are effective. In some cases, they're more effective than modern medical options. Pretty crazy, right? So the third cool thing is that they're very cost effective. You can take a look here, talking specifically about our peppermint oil, which is amazing. 1 drop is roughly equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. Okay, so let me give you an example when we're talking about cost efficiency. So most of you watching are probably from Canada. Maybe some of you are from the US, you could be from all over, okay? So in Canada, we don't need to really worry about things like copay from the doctor usually. So like we have free healthcare, right? Which is good, but not like the US, not like other countries, right? Here in Costa Rica, similarly, we do to an extent for emergencies, we have free healthcare. But when, just listen to this example, when someone in my family has an ear infection or ear discomfort, we rub 2 drops of lavender and 2 drops of tea tree around the ear diluted, right? And just encourage the draining, and then put a drop of each on a cotton ball and put it in the ear, right? And then we put them to bed. 12 hours later, more times than not, they wake up and the ear discomfort is completely gone, okay? So it usually takes 7 to 10 days when you're using antibiotics. With my essential oil remedy, it costs less than $1, right? All said and done, even if I had to do it twice. So whether you have to pay for your prescriptions, your medical, or you have good medical, or you get it for free, essential oils are still less expensive than the gas that you put in your car, you know, to pay to go to the doctor's office. It's not including half a day of work that you might have had to take off for the emergency. We also haven't talked about, you know, like kind of what we mentioned before about antibiotics and how they harm your gut, and how you might have to purchase extra probiotics for 2 weeks after that to try to fix the damage, which is even more money. Okay. So we save hundreds of dollars every year in medical costs because of essential oils, especially here in Costa Rica. So in my opinion, you cannot afford to not use natural solutions. This is why essential oils are more affordable than traditional medical care. And that's the third thing about essential oils. So if we were in person right now, I would be offering you a drop of our peppermint oil. This is an incredible oil for so many things. So I'm going to do it so I can kind of show you. If you already have your doTERRA peppermint oil, go grab it. Put 1 drop in your hand. Rub your palms together and cup over your mouth and nose like this. Just breathe in, take a few deep breaths. Oh, it's an incredible way to clear out the airways. I just feel it so cold. It wakes up all the senses and invokes focus and energy and really supports the respiratory system in a big way. So next, you take your hand, my hands are clean, make sure your hands are clean, dab your thumb in your hand and press it to the roof of your mouth. Just a dab. So fresh. So this is an amazing way to wake up, to increase focus, to deepen the breathing, and to even support any head tension. So this is especially helpful if you're someone who works online or works on the computer. This is an amazing little hack. Okay, so what I love about these oils is the cptg standard, which we're going to talk in a second here, right? It means they are completely pure and potent. Pure means there's no foreign contaminants or fillers. Potent means each plant was grown in a part of the world where the plant grows best. So sweet. We're going to talk about that more in a second. But finally, take your hands again, put it on the back of your neck or anywhere that you're feeling tension or sore. God, you can massage it in. This is an incredible way to support any tension or soreness in the body, any sore muscles. It's also an awesome way to cool down the body. Here in Costa Rica, we use this almost every single day just to help support a normal body temperature, okay? So I know probably most of you are in the cold north, but this is a hands down like daily thing for us, okay? So that's an incredible way to fully experience our peppermint oil. So the 3 cool things, just to summarize, we know that now pure essential oils are safe. You just have to know how to use them. You need some education that comes with your oils with doTERRA. Very unique, right? The second cool thing is that they are very effective. In some cases, they can be more effective than modern approaches to healthcare. Third cool thing, they're super cost effective. Of course, there's an initial investment, but those bottles of oil have about 200 to 300 drops in each bottle, okay? So they're gonna be with you for quite a long time if you take care of them. So let's move into the 3 ways we use our oils. The first one is aromatic. So I want you to take your fingers and pinch the bridge of your nose. You can feel there's right on the bridge of your nose. This is called the olfactory nerve. Okay, so this nerve sends signals to the limbic system in your brain, which in turn sends messages to your entire body. So sometimes people think it's a little woo-woo to say that oils affect the body just by smelling them. But let me give you another story, okay? So when you go to the dentist and you need to be sedated, they don't give you a pill or a shot. Many times they offer you gas, right? They ask you to breathe through a mask. So in as little as 30 seconds of breathing the synthetic compounds through the mask, The gas triggers the olfactory nerve system and sends signals to your body to help you relax. Cool, right? It's one of the fastest ways to access the brain. So this happens completely the same with natural compounds that are found in essential oils. So when we breathe in the compounds, they hit our olfactory nerve, and then olfactory nerves send signals to the limbic brain, which in turn sends signals to the rest of the body. Okay, so this can happen with essential oils in as little as 30 seconds. So there are a few ways we can use our pure oils aromatically, as pictured here on the slide. You can breathe them from your hands, like I showed you with the peppermint. You can use them in a diffuser like this. I have my diffuser going all the time. I love it. Or you can open up the bottle, right? Just like I just did. So the first way is aromatically. Like I mentioned, we diffuse all the time just because it's a great way that we can stay a little bit more in control of our emotions and how we want to feel. Okay, so it changes the dynamics of a room. It changes the tone. You walk into a space and you feel, it feels nice. Okay, so I also love diffusing because it impacts everybody in the space. Little kids, pets, everyone benefits. Okay, and of course there are some guidelines and some kind of safety measures that you want to take, and that's the education that you get with your oils through us. Okay, so the second way that we use our oils is topically. Okay, so topically you can apply them directly to the skin, like I did with my peppermint oil. For children and people with sensitive skin, or if you're new to essential oils, you're probably going to want to dilute them with a carrier oil, which is most of the time I like to use fractionated coconut oil. So basically fractionated means that part of the fat is removed from the coconut oil, so it's not greasy. It mixes really nice with the oils and it doesn't have a smell of its own. Okay, so when you dilute, it's just as effective. It just takes a little longer to absorb, so you don't feel that tingly sensation that can sometimes be uncomfortable for some people. Okay, so you can apply oils to the pulse points, the elbow creases, over the heart, bottoms of feet, including babies. This is a great place to apply the bottoms of the feet because the skin is on the bottoms of the feet is not sensitive, and the oil absorbs very quickly into the bloodstream. So specifically for babies and little people, it's the farthest place from the eyes as well. So I always put the socks on after I apply on the kids, and that ensures that they're getting the maximum absorbency as well. Okay, so the second way to use the oils is topically, and that's generally for localized benefits, a sore shoulder, sore knee, things like that. Okay, deep blue is one of our favorites for topical use. And then the third way we use our oils is internally. doTERRA oils are not only safe to use internally, but they're recommended and backed by science. Okay, so the cptg standard means that these oils are medicinal grade and completely safe to ingest, unlike most other brands. So you can put them in your mouth, under your tongue, you can drink them in your water, add them into your tea, you can cook with them, all sorts of things. If you don't like the taste, you can use a veggie capsule. It's kind of like concocting your own natural remedy. You just take the lid off and put your oils in and put it back in. It's like a little vegetable capsule. Okay, so not all oils from doTERRA are ingestible either, because we're all in different countries. The labeling laws in each country is totally different. So even though it's the same oil in the bottle, this is the only time I'm going to send you to Google, okay, to find out which oils are recommended for internal use. You're going to want to Google, say like doTERRA lemon oil. Okay, and it will pull up the uses for that oil and and it will tell you if you can ingest it or not. Okay, keep in mind though, you do want to go back to whoever connected you to this webinar, or if that's myself, reach out to us because we would love to support you when it comes time to purchase your essential oils. Okay, so let's jump into some of my favorite essential oils. Just to summarize: aromatic, topical, and internal. Okay, again, you need some education with your oils just to make sure you're using them correctly. And I do want to say one thing, a little bit of a safety thing before we move forward, which is in the ebook. So if you jump into the description of this class, on the last slide here, I also have a link for you, but in the description is going to be a link. It's bit.ly/try my oils, and that will take you to an option to opt in for a sample and a ebook. Okay, so there's more safety on the ebook. So just a little tidbit on safety here is that Number one, you really do not want to apply your oils topically if they're citrus oils. Okay, so any citrus, if you live in a hot country like I do, or if it's summertime, never apply grapefruit, lemon, tangerine, lime, bergamot to your skin topically where the sun is going to see for the next 12 hours. Okay, because they could cause your skin to be a little bit more sensitive and susceptible to a pretty bad burn. Okay. Second thing I want to mention is we never put oils directly in our eyes, in our ears, or up our nose, or on super sensitive areas without diluting heavily. Okay. If we do get oils in the eyes, we do not want to use water to get them out. We want to use a carrier oil. So literally like rinsing them with a coconut oil or a neutral oil like that will help to ease the pain. It's not going to destroy your eyes. It's okay. It'll feel better soon. But it'll ease the pain and actually start to draw the oils out. Okay. So let's jump into some of my favorite oils. I'm going to fly through this section. So get your pen ready. I hope you've printed out your notes page. This is just basic, okay? Because each oil has many uses. I'm just going to share my top use for all of these 10 oils. Okay. So get ready. Peppermint, number one. We talked about this before. It's cooling. It's great for focus. It's energizing. It's also in the digestive blend. So it's great for stomach discomfort and stomach aches. Okay. I love to apply it topically when I sit down for work or I need some focus time. Peppermint is one of my daily uses for sure. Lavender is known as the Swiss Army knife of oils. Everything to do with calming the emotions and the skin. We have this one on hand everywhere we go in my little keychain because my middle child, Sequoia, always has a boo-boo almost daily, right? So we just put a drop directly on her wound to help to soothe and to cleanse the area, okay? The next one is Easy Air, also known as Breathe in some countries. This is the respiratory blend. It's so great for anything to do with breathing. Throw that in the diffuser if you are someone who needs a little bit more breathing support. It's also great if it's dusty or smoky or someone's sniffly or has breathing issues in general. Also great to diffuse at nighttime if you're someone who finds that you don't get a deep sleep. You could need a little bit support, breathing support. Okay. Lemon oil is the degreaser and the detoxifier. This is another citrus oil I drink in my water. And every time I fill up my big metal water bottle, I put in a few drops of my citrus. You never want to use plastic when ingesting your essential oils, okay? Because they break down petrochemicals. Saying that, they have that effect in the body too, which provides us with a really nice gentle detox, removes built up plastics and supports the lymphatic drainage, the metabolism, the digestive system, and overall systems in the body, right? So it's also one of my favorite oils to add into my cleaning products, lemon, that I make at home with super simple ingredients like baking soda and Castile soap, okay? So next one is Zengest, also known as Digest Zen in some countries. This is the necessity in every home, in my opinion. It's the digestive blend. So you never know when someone's going to get a tummy ache, eat the wrong thing, just feel yucky or bloated or anything like that, right? Especially if you're someone who's traveling. I just put a drop right under my tongue to support any sort of like feeling off, right? Feeling off in my tummy. For kids, I have a pre-diluted roller that I just roll on their bellies, around their belly button and in their belly button, and it works amazing. Next one is Deep Blue. We talked about this on the topical use section. So this is the sore muscle blend. This is great for days when you did too much or just have achy and sore pains and muscles, okay? So if you tried this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a popular one, especially with the athletes. It also comes in the Deep Blue lotion. So it's like a non-toxic lotion base. It's fantastic. I use this specifically for growing pains with the kids. Next one down in the left is called copaiba. So copaiba's oil's main chemical component is beta caryophyllene. It's a chemical that's similar to cannabinoids found in cannabis, okay, that may protect nerve cells and have benefits for the cardiovascular and the immune system. So I take a drop of copaiba right under my tongue anytime I'm feeling overwhelmed or I feel like I'm holding tension in my body. The next one is tea tree. So tea tree is the nature's best antiseptic. You all know tea tree. Probably this is just one of our favorite first aid oils, right? So we use it all the time with Sequoia as well, with her scratches and her scrapes, right? This is one that we just put it right on the cut or scrape to disinfect. Okay, told you I'm going through this really fast. It was hard to just choose one use for each oil, to be honest. Okay, Adaptive is the calming blend. This is something I quoted from doTERRA's website. Is the precise solution to help you deal with the stressors of everyday life. Whether it's a difficult test or just normal life, put a few drops of Adaptive in the diffuser to induce feelings of calm and relaxation and help the body and mind stay balanced. So Adaptive is one that we diffuse every night for the kids in the diffuser. I put it on around 6 p.m. just to bring the tone of the day, start to wind down, and encourage that kind of restful state. Frankincense is known as the king of essential oils. It has a variety of uses and benefits. Specifically, it's known for its ability to beautify and rejuvenate the skin. Okay, it's also great to promote cellular health and immunity and produce a healthy inflammatory response when taken internally. So I put this one in my face, my moisturizer, my skin roller every night before bed, and I add it into all of my rollers for my kids because it is an amplifier as well. It's an incredible oil. And then last but not least, On Guard, saving the best for last. This is our protective blend. It's one of our most popular blends. It's one that we use every single day without a question. Most days we use it twice a day. Okay, so it can be taken internally to support the body's immune system. It can be used topically to support the body's immune system. We clean with it because it's a great non-toxic cleaning agent. As you can see, there's foaming hand soap down in the bottom right. There's the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate, which is going to take any of the guesswork out of green cleaning. It's so cost effective and it's so effective. This is a blend of cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, and wild orange, by the way, the On Guard blend. And then on the far right, there's the On Guard toothpaste. So it's warm, it's spicy. We love this blend. Okay, so I know this was a ton of information. Remember that you can connect directly with me or whoever connected you into watching this masterclass if you have questions or would like to hone in on your top 3 health concerns like you wrote down in the start of the class. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more about, here we are. It's going to work.
What is purity? Is it the absence of contaminants? Something pristine, unadulterated? Or is it the way we treat others, the conditions on which we give? Is purity a love, the kind felt for a distant community as if it were a close-knit family? Or is it the will to do good for no other reason than because it's good? Is it honesty, fairness, good character? One thing's for sure, purity is not easy. The pursuit of purity requires more than just conviction. It means rejecting even the thought of cutting a corner. It means doing what's right, even when what's right is what's seemingly insurmountable. We are more than just an essential oils company. We are in the business of empowerment. Everything we do is designed to open opportunity. Whether it's a farmer inspired, a mother assured, an athlete emboldened, or an entrepreneur on fire, this is our mission, to empower through purity. It's why we don't just buy farms. We build farmers. It's why we don't just see another's potential. We make sure they see it themselves. It's why we turn wellness advocates into advocates of change through our product, as well as our purpose. It's why everything we do is designed to empower others. And best of all, we're not alone. So let's pursue together. Let's pursue healthier families and happier communities, kinder interactions and stronger connections. Let's pursue understanding and common ground, humility, empathy, and charity. Let's pursue being the difference that makes all the difference. Let's pursue a smile on the face of everyone we meet and a positive impact left behind everywhere we go. Because when the pure gifts of the earth are paired with the pure love of each other, there is no telling what we can achieve. doTERRA, pursue what's pure.
Okay, so hopefully you could hear a little bit of that. I think the volume was a little wonky. But basically what we were talking about there is what sets doTERRA apart, right? What makes this a little bit different? Because as you can probably tell just from so far in this masterclass is that, the essential oil industry is completely unregulated. You can buy essential oils. You can buy essential oils almost anywhere. And you might be able to see now, you're like, well, these oils there's something a little bit different with these oils. So I want to talk a little bit more about cptg and our co-impact sourcing and how incredible it is. Okay, so first of all, what is co-impact sourcing? So on the left here, you can see that our oils are sourced all over the world from locations that provide the optimal conditions for potency and purity, right? We partner with growers all over the world. We do not own farms, and we create jobs providing education and improving income all over the world. Okay, so this is really important to me to know that that I am partnered with a company that really truly cares about bettering other people's lives, right? This is a picture of a woman in Nepal carrying a basket of wintergreen every morning before the sun even comes up. She's up in the mountain gathering wintergreen to provide for her family, and she's done work before her kids even go to school in the morning. Okay, she's paid a trust, a sustainable, a trustworthy, and a good wage compared to what she had been paying before, when there is a middleman or a broker in between. Okay, so on the right hand side here, let's talk a little bit about cptg. It's basically like doTERRA, without an accepted standard for essential oil quality, they had to create their own testing process, and they called it cptg, Certified Pure Tested Grade. Okay, so the cptg process certifies that there are no added fillers, synthetic ingredients, or harmful contaminants to their essential oils that would reduce their efficiency. Okay, so doTERRA even goes a step further by putting all their products and packaging through a battery of tests to ensure a long and effective shelf life. So this protocol ensures potency, purity, and consistency from batch to batch, right? So each batch of essential oil goes through 8 tests, some of which are in-house, done by doTERRA, some of which are third-party, done by APRC, Aromatic Plant Research Center. Okay, so one of my favorite things about these oils is that they are sourced all over the world, directly from the farmers and growers who have been working with these plants and processes for generations. We get to cut that middleman out, the broker, okay, completely out of the picture. Normally, that's something that still happens, is that the broker buys the essential oils from the farmer for a certain price point, and then he chooses what he sells it for. It's often way more than he bought it from the farmer for. Okay, so that is like discrimination right there, right? So this is one of my favorite things about doTERRA, is that the impact that we get to make on a global scale. Okay, so next here, this is something that I'm really excited to introduce you to, and it's really the mission and the vision behind these pretty little bottles. This is what we're really up to here, is really making an impact and a change for the greater good in the entire world. Okay, so doTERRA, 2 years after doTERRA was founded, they started a nonprofit organization called the Healing Hands Foundation. So this is an organization that offers resources and tools to global sourcing communities and charitable organizations for self-reliance, healthcare, education, sanitation, and the fight against human trafficking. So there's something really unique that happens with doTERRA that that I've never heard of ever actually, is that when we donate to the Healing Hands Foundation, 100% goes to the foundation. There are no administration costs, no one's getting paid from that money, anything like that. That's very unique, okay? Something further, as a partner with doTERRA, I can actually choose projects anywhere in the world, anywhere that needs our help, and sponsor them through the Healing Hands Foundation. Okay, so it's called the Match Program on the bottom here. The Match Program is basically, it's more than just a fundraiser. It's a program that encompasses the process of developing, implementing, and then following up on a service project. So doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation, or the Match Program through the Healing Hands Foundation, will actually match our fundraising efforts up to $15,000 US. Pretty cool, right? So on the far right, this is actually our first project that we're launching in January and February 2022, is a small community school here where I live in Samara Beach on the Pacific coast of the Guanacaste region of Costa Rica. We are actually building the school a lunchroom complete with an area for the kids to get a healthy homemade lunch. It's just a no-brainer, right? These kids right now are utilizing the staff room as their lunchroom to warm up. There's literally a tiny little staff room with one little microwave for all, I think there's about 70 kids in the school. Everybody warms up their lunch in there. Okay, so you can imagine how chaotic that gets and how like just not realistic it is, right? So we're going to build them a kitchen, a lunchroom. And shortly after that, we're going to actually build them a soccer field. And we have a few other projects that we're going to work with this school directly, but we have ideas for projects just in our little town alone. The community center needs some help, like things like that. We can really link arms and maximize our impact together and put our money where we want it to go, right? So you can check out the doterrahealinghands.org for more information. You can donate directly to the Healing Hands Foundation through that link as well. And then you'll be able to go on that website and actually see some other projects that are happening all around the world through the Match Program, and you can choose to donate directly to those projects as well. And so I want to say one more thing. At the time of this recording, it's December 2021. We have an offering right now from doTERRA with any 200 points order, whether you are a customer yourself, an advocate, or a brand new person who would like to utilize these oils in your home. doTERRA is actually giving $5 from every 200 point purchase directly to the Healing Hands Foundation, but to the project of the Sanag Hospital in Somaliland that was just recently built. Okay, so that's where our core sourcing partners for our frankincense. And so that's pretty amazing. If you go to doterrahealinghands.org/Sanag, so SANAAG, that will pull up the direct page for donating directly to that initiative. It's incredible. In this month alone, we're looking to raise $2 million US. And at the time of this recording, we're past the 700,000 mark, and we're not even a week into the month yet. So that's pretty exciting what's happening over there. So I hope that you see that this is more of what we're up to. Is we have the world's purest essential oils, but beyond just sourcing essential oils, we're building communities. We are creating partnerships and giving back to these communities in ways that I never thought I'd be able to, right? So this is really important part of doTERRA is the giving and the impact that we can make, okay? So to come full circle and totally wrap up our time together today, I'm super grateful that you've stayed with me for this long. We learned 3 cool things about essential oils. We learned 3 ways to use them. We learned that not all oils are equal, right? I shared a bunch of information on the Power 10 or the top 10 oils. I hope you definitely learned a thing or two and took some notes. I really want you to connect back with whoever invited you here. If you have any questions, we would love to offer you an opportunity to get these oils in your home at 25% off of retail price. Okay, so jump back in with whoever connected you here or myself. Jump into the comments or the description on this video, and you can grab that link like I mentioned. Here are the ways that you can connect with me. I Instagram over at Our Supernatural Adventures. Remember the dots in between the words. And here's my email. If you would like to request a sample with the option to join into my email education, you can go to bit.ly/try my oils. Okay, it's all one word, and that will pull up a form for you to fill in so I can get a little bit more of an idea of what you're looking for. Okay, so one last thing, if you're somebody who's been thinking of your friends and family as you've been going through this masterclass, feel free to send them the link so that they can watch it too. But if you would like to do something even more fun, you can actually organize them together if we hang out in Zoom, or if they come over to your house and I meet you on Zoom if I'm not local to you. I'd love to teach your friends and your family about essential oils and what they can do for them. Okay, so book a free class, virtual class, or an in-person class. You can just connect with me, and I would love to support you in that. Okay, so I'll leave you with this fun quote. The beautiful thing about today is that you get to make the choice to make it better than yesterday. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you're at, and I hope you found some value in this quick-paced masterclass. Okay, take care, and we'll see you soon.